Taimushan, the grandmother mountain. Behind this innocent name hides the world's most famous white tea. Hi guys, this is Gabriele from nannuoshan. We will share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea. Today it's Anja with me. Hi Anja.
Hi everyone.
So Anja, today we will drink some special tea. How much do you know about tea?
Not so much actually. I mean, I like to drink tea and start my day usually with a green tea, but then it's not so sophisticated when it comes to choice and variety. So
Okay.
I look forward to
But we already had some tea together.
Yes, we did. Exactly.
And what did we drink?
That was a green tea and you showed me the same variety, but it was one recently picked and one from 20 years ago.
It was actually a white tea. So this is pretty much what we're drinking today, but that was a Shomei, was a completely different variety from a different place. And today we have this one here. This is a bud only tea. So you see that it's only single buds, and the buds are pretty furry and hairy. Look.
Yeah.
And the leaves are also very green because it is this year tea. This tea was harvested in the early March 2023, this year, on the 8th of March to be precise. And it comes not only from Fuding, but from a very, very specific place. Now, before actually jumping into the tasting, let me show a little bit where this tea comes from, so that we can have some tea knowledge, a little bit of geography, let's say, before starting our tasting. So what do you see here is China. You have Shanghai here, and if you go farther down, you will go into the Zhejiang province, and down here, when the Fujian province starts, it starts here, you have this little county that is called Fuding. No one knows Fuding. It's just people that are into tea that know this place. If you go in China and tell anyone, you know, Fuding, have no clue. If you say Wenzhou, people know. If you say Fuzhou, people know. What there is in between is not so famous. It is on the coast, and from Fuding, the actually most famous white tea in China comes from. The whole county is famous for it. And now there are a few places, and if we zoom further in, you can see that actually the city is up here, close to the water. And then there is this place here, is Diantou. Diantou is famous because there is a huge tea market. Like if you go to Fuding and you want to buy tea, you go to Diantou because you have these huge markets with all the farmers coming down the mountain, they sell their tea. But the tea produced in Diantou is low elevation, is right close to the sea, and no one wants that tea actually. So if you are lucky, you go to the market and you find tea that comes from back here from the mountain. But let's say these places here, but if you are not lucky, you just get tea from the coast, which is less good. And of course, everyone there would pretend having tea from the mountain, so it's a little bit difficult to find out, is it true, is it not true? Then if you go farther west here, there is this place that's Panxi, and Panxi is more into the mountain, and it is a little village, a little town that extends farther into the mountain, and there you have really very prestigious tea. So like, it's the opposite. Everyone wants Panxi tea because they know it's very ecological, it's very natural, it's more family production and not those large white tea cultivation where you can even see the ground under the bushes. Then there is one more place, and this where this tea comes from, and it is down here. It's called Tianmu Mountain, Taimushan, Taimu, and Taimu means grandma in Chinese, and you know, it's you can see it goes pretty up, 800 meters here, 900, so it's considering that the sea is just next to it. And in fact, when you ride up this road up the mountain, I did it, I think it was in 2015, you can see really on your right hand side all the bay where Fuding is. And then you reach the top and you can find there are smaller producers, and with that attention for small batches, they process really, few kilograms of tea at a time. They use, for example, wood fire to dry the leaves and not electric heating or electric oven. So there is more attention, let's say, to the details, if you want. And the peculiarity about Taimu is that actually it is said that white tea comes from there. It's a little bit of legend, a little bit of history, no one knows. But certainly one thing is that tea done on this mountain is very expensive, very sought after, and the farmers put a lot of attention into the details. Let's find out if that's reflected in the taste. So what do you expect from this tea in terms of taste? Any idea?
Well, considering what you just said, it should be a really nice tea, like a high quality product. So
How does it smell? Tea?
like tea, like
It is, for me, it's pretty fresh. Let's see with the wet leaves how it turns. You remember that when we had the other white tea, the shomei, it was tasting a little bit like hay?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can also try to find out if there is that component here as well.
Somehow I feel a little bit now.
In the air?
Component here when I
Here.
smell it.
Ah, when you smell the dry leaves. Okay.
You don't?
A little bit, yes. Yeah. Now it smells very differently.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. And yes, by the way, we have to choose the size of the cup. Do you like the small ones or the large ones?
I go for the small one.
All
It's
right.
very cute.
Yes, so we put them aside. Go for the small one here. We just rinse the leaves. For those that are fanatic about numbers, we have 4 grams of leaves in what is about a 100 milliliter gaiwan, and we are brewing with 80 degrees water. Here we go with the first brew. Look how pale it is. It looks like water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's very hard to say we brew anything here. A little bit, but look, against, yeah, it's like water.
Yeah, a bit of a color, but not a lot.
Not a lot of it. And yeah, and here the leaves, very green.
Yeah, and they look different now because I cannot see, I see some small hair still, but on most of the leaves I don't see it.
Yeah, that's because actually those little hair that are on the leaves are for protecting the leaves, the buds, from insects. But you see the hair is extremely tiny, but you see the hair on the bud, you see them? This one here is not the bud, that's a protecting leaf. It's actually, it's just there to protect the bud, and then it opens up, and some people remove it, but it's not really needed. So that's why in most of them you don't see it, because it's just a protecting leaf. Alright. And I was saying it's pretty expensive. We are actually proud to have this year Taimushan Bai Hao Yin Zhen. So it's the highest white tea quality because it's all buds from the most prestigious mountain. What can you ask more than that? But of course it comes with a price. It costs $62 for 50 grams on the US shop and 56 euro for 50 grams on the European shop. Cheers.
Cheers. How do you say in Chinese?
How do you say? Ganbei, I think. Don't remember. I haven't been in China for too long. It's so fresh. It's like
It's quite intense.
And sweet, isn't it? It's like there would be a pinch of sugar really in water. It's intense and delicate at the same time,
Yeah.
but certainly stronger in taste than you would argue from the color of the leaf, of the brew. The West container is popping. It's actually coconut.
Ah, that's the noise.
Yeah. Now it has more a taste of fresh cut grass rather than hay. To me, it is, with respect to the white tea that we had some days ago, this is more, I don't know, it's a high pitch, it's more fresh, it's more, just when grass didn't yet become hay somehow. And the reason,
Yeah, much more fresh.
yeah, there is certainly fresher, and there is also a distinct florality to it. It's not on the upfront, it's not that it's like you would eat flowers, but there is this aromatics. I associate it with more of a floral taste than a fruiting. It's like you would put a little bit of lavender or maybe a tiny bit of roses in a pot of water, and you would just drink the water when it flows down, and you have this refreshing floral taste. You don't see that?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's very particular.
It's so light in the mouth, it's not heavy. And you can also compare it with other Bai Hao Yin Zhen. Most of our Bai Hao Yin Zhen come anyway from Panxi. That's the second region I was showing before, the one more in the mountain. And that's also really good tea. When I was in Fuding, I tried also other Bai Hao Yin Zhen. Bai Hao Yin Zhen are also the oldest single buds, only buds leaves, and they were not that good. It's like they were coming from this lowland, extensive production, and although the price was pretty high, it was like lacking in taste. They were kind of heavier in a way, darker in the taste.
So can you tell me something about the benefits of this tea? Am I gonna
Well,
live 10 years longer if I drink this daily?
I have to say that I'm not probably the right person to speak about benefit of tea, just because I personally drink tea because of the taste, and I know that is not harming myself, at least, so that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I wouldn't drink as much if I would be into whiskey, as much as I'm into tea. So I don't even know what are the benefit of white tea according to Chinese medicine. Moreover, actually, at least in Germany, and our shop is in Germany, we are not allowed to speak about health benefit on the website. And so for me, that's a perfect excuse to not doing it. But guys, that's not applicable for you. So if you know what in China are the health benefits of white tea, just write it in the comment below so that Anja can check it out. I won't. You notice that it's becoming now with the second brew. First of all, it's a little bit stronger, and to me, it has some sort of spiciness to it. I don't know, before it was very smooth in taste, and now it's more like, I cannot find a better adjective than a little bit of spiciness to it.
I think your tongue is very well trained to kind of identify those
nuances.
differences.
You just say,
yeah.
it's a good tea.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still at that stage. It's a good tea.
We brew the third one a little bit longer, and we see what happens.
If I can also recognize a difference.
Okay, let's try. I'll do a couple of minutes brew. maybe at 100 degrees, let's do like that. I think we are there. It has been brewing for, I don't know, 3 minutes at least.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Let's look at the color. Certainly darker, no surprise. Although it's still pretty pale. So 3 minutes, 100 degrees, it's boiling water. Yeah, definitely, it's now definitely more of a yellow color. Different.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
It's much more intense. It's still very refreshing.
It is thicker. The mouthfeel is thicker. The texture is thicker. Like it's more starchy than it was before. It reminds me a little bit the texture of you know when you cook rice, and at the end there is a little bit of water left, but the rice is done, so you pour out the water. If you will drink that water, it has this starchy taste, a little bit. Yeah, that's not so much the taste, it's actually the texture that is like a little bit thicker, the water, and those hay aspects that we were not really tasting at the beginning, now they are more there. To me, it is still fresh, but way less than the first brew we had in it.
Because now you can feel the hay more, the hay aspect of it. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, like if before it was summer, this one is more autumn. Like the association I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice. Yeah. So I think we're done for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and summing up, we have a Taimushan Bai Hao Yin Zhen. It is extremely fresh, at least as long as you get the batch early on. If you wait a year, it will be still online maybe and won't be that fresh anymore. It changes taste. There is a distinct florality, but not too heavy. It's like having Rater like rose water, a little bit of that. And then the texture evolves with the steeps. You start from a very refreshing, light, crisp texture until this one that it was Rater starch. I hope you have enjoyed. If that's the case, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. I didn't ask you about the.
That doesn't matter. So which of the 3 steeps did you like the most? First, second, or third?
I liked the one in the very beginning.